and welcome to the next episode of the Fitness Network podcast. Today I am joined by, I'm so excited about this, the posing extraordinaire, Lou. Please give us a little intro. Give us a little intro on yourself to everyone who doesn't know you.
What do you mean in terms of everything? Okay, well, my name is Lou, short for Luciana.
Yeah.
I've been living in England for 13 years. I'm Brazilian, half Italian. And I've been into fitness basically for forever. I have ballet background, so I have practiced ballet classic for nearly 17 years. So that's coming like my pose background, I would say. But sports always, took part of my life. I grew up, as a very active kid, and I was surfer. I used to sleep in bikini back home just to wake up early morning and go surfing. I was always in action. And so
awesome.
fitness and sports all has been in my life. And gym itself, I actually started training, the basic when I was 14, because it's very common in Brazil. We go to the gym very early. It's part of the culture. I think now it's become a little bit more here in England, but in Brazil always been like that. We also have subjects in school where we go to learn, how to use the machines in the gym and stuff like that.
Okay.
But,
so the gym is still big in Brazil for like men and women?
Yes. Now it's even more for women. But back in the days when I started, like woman, we used to go to the gym a lot to do classes like you girls do here in England. You used to use more weightlifting for the lower body. So the girls would go just to work the glutes, the legs, and not much of the upper body. Upper body is something that's new as well. I would say new.
Okay, so then what made you, so once you started weight training, what made you first get into competing then?
Basically, I'm going to tell a little story of me. Yeah. I ended up in England because I came obviously to study English. I used to work in big resorts back home in hotels. I used to be a teacher for entertainment. So like resorts, you go, people have fun on the swimming pool and blah, blah, blah. I used to work as one of entertainers, and I used to give surfing classes to them as well. But I needed to improve my English in order, to give a better service to the guests, of course. Yeah. So I came to England to study English initially, and also was easier for me to come to England because I also have, Italian side. So for me, I wouldn't need a visa or anything. So I came to England, but I did my master's degree in hospitality in England. But in England, my dream of working in big hotels around. Sorry.
That's all right.
my battery, it's back.
Oh, that was good.
I'm here. Because I always had a dream to travel around the world, work in big resorts, surfing. But when I ended up here in England, it didn't happen like that. So I ended up like being a receptionist, grumpy receptionist, working in hospitality or waitress. And then I used to go to the gym every day just to, get into my zone and no stress.
Yeah.
So I really got into the gym in this phase that I wasn't very unhappy with my career. And one day I was training. That was back in 2012 in Brighton. I used to live in Brighton. Back in 2012, I met a good friend of mine His name is Tips. He used to be, this big. He used to be, he's alive. He's like these black guys, bouncers that strong. And he approached me in the gym and asked me why I train so hard. I said, oh, just because I liked it, because I need to, be active. That's the way it was. And then he asked me why I didn't get into the competition scene, because he thought I had a nice shape for it and I trained hard. And he gave me the idea. And it's funny because on this week, I got sacked. I was kicked off my job.
Oh, no.
Literally. And I told him, I said, look, I lost my job. Do you think I'm able even to pay a coach or trainer to think about competition? He said, don't worry, I'll help you. I usually say that he's an angel God sent to me, in that day. And he offered me help with training. He advised me to get home and start researching about a diet and, looking into another girls. And I remember that was the first year that Bikini came on. Bikini, I believe, came in 2011.
Yeah.
And in 2012, it was like 1 year. Because I liked the idea, but I didn't want to be like fitness or figure. And then I find out Bikini.
Yeah.
With UKBFF. So I planned that year. I started prep in September 2012 for my competition, trained with him. I go home, got rid of everything, all the foods. I started researching like crazy, researching. Instagram wasn't too big, so the communication with other athletes was easier as well. Yeah. So I sent loads of message asking. I took my personal trainer level 2. And then I received some help. Even Bella Falcone. Have you heard about Bella Falcone?
Yeah.
Yeah, she helped me as well. So I prepped myself on my first show, which happened in April 2013. And my dad came over from Brazil to watch it. It was so funny. And it was South Coast, UKBFF South Coast. That was my first show where I won.
Wow.
My first show. I went that with no expectation at all. Yeah. I was just literally having fun. we were in 10 girls, the class.
Yeah.
And when they called me back for top 3, I was like, wow, I was already so happy to be third. I was like, that is amazing.
Yeah.
And then they called the girl for the second place. I was like, wow. I just remember my dad shouting in the public. No. And then that day I felt like, this is what I want to do. And I said, this is, I found out my passion again. Because as a ballerina, I used to perform a lot in stage.
Yeah.
And doing that, I felt like I was returning to my, the days I was really happy doing this kind of stuff. So that's why when I find out I want to compete.
Oh, that's so cool. That's amazing.
That was.
Okay, and then obviously, so when was your accident with your leg? When did that happen?
I had an accident 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
In 2018.
Yeah.
With all this, the federation was changing. The UKBFF and European was leaving, and NPC was coming. All this, and I've been trying so hard my pro card since 2014, when I actually become a British champion in 2014. And I have won several titles for the federation here, but I never was rewarded with my pro card. So in 2018, when I decided that I was going to try NPC,
Yeah.
like everyone else, I prepped myself. Most of my shows I prepped myself. I had a few coaches, but this particular one I was prepping myself as well. That I decided to compete in Brazil, my hometown, my home country. And was a dream for me to compete in Brazil.
Yeah.
So I went in 2018. Was my first NPC show was for the Massalu contest in Brazil in April 2018. I went there. I won my class, which was wonderful. And my dad was there again.
Brilliant.
And it's funny because it was the same date I won my first show, 28th of April.
What, as your first show?
Yeah, it was the same date.
Wow.
In Brazil and here was the same date. And both my dad were watching.
It's like your lucky charm.
So I won in Brazil, but I lost the overall. Was me, Attila. In the overall was me, Attila. All the girls are pro now. So I came in 6 girls. I came like in 4th.
Right.
In the overall.
Yeah, but that's a lineup. Like
that was a good lineup. Yeah, it was very good lineup. That was a very good. So I came in 4th. So I got my feedback from Sandy. She was the one who, was the head judge, and I mentioned to her my will, to get my pro card that year.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, go to Portugal," because I told her I live here. So I was in plan to go to Portugal to try my pro card there. That was in July.
Okay.
So I was in the middle of, prepping, happy that things were actually happening, and I was so close to get the pro card.
Yeah.
When on the 6th of June, my life went in a deep hole.
Yeah.
So I had this accident. I was going to work, and a truck hit my bike.
Oh.
Yes, and I smashed my knee, my tibia, and from there I stayed in the hospital for 27 days. But the first thought I had when I was on the floor that I couldn't even move my leg, my first thought was that I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
And from the beginning, I knew I would recover. I said, I'm not going to look. I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to be fine. I even didn't know what's going on. I said, I'm going to be fine. But then the doctor came and said, look, you smashed your knee. You might not be able to run again or to use heels again or to jump again. You might need even to stop doing what you're doing, he said to me. I look at him, I say, no
He said,
way.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who you're talking with? But yes, it was hard time. It was really hard time because my family is away. So I just had help from a few friends. When I got back home, I couldn't step with my leg on the floor for 12 weeks. So I had muscle atrophy in my entire body. All the hard work gone. Not from that, I lost all my clients. I lost my posing, my posing business, all gone. People forget about you because who are you? You stop you. I left the scene. Yeah, I left the scene, so I was totally forgotten. Yeah. So just a few people really helped me. But I had like nurses coming to my house in the morning, the evening to help me. Meanwhile, I started studying like crazy ways to recover, supplements, nutrition, physiotherapy, workout, everything you name it, I know from this now. And I promised myself that I would get my pro card in a year after the accident.
Yeah, after,
And
okay.
but I literally just started walking normal 7 months after the surgery. So I had the accident in June, and I started walking without assistance in January.
Wow.
And I had another surgery in May 2019 to
Yeah.
remove some of the metals because I had lots. So I had some partial hardware removal on May 2019. And then in June, I started prepping for my coming back.
I'm mad. Love it.
And I went crazy, like crazy. Ah!
Oh my God. Wow.
Then, yeah, so I managed to get the pro cards
Yeah,
1 year later.
of course. So, okay, and you did a couple of shows that year, didn't you? Because I saw you in Iceland, and that would have been, was that October?
I did 4 shows. I have to do the regional. I had to go back to regional again
Yeah,
in order to qualify because last year they changed, the rules.
yeah,
So in order to participate for international shows, I should have the regional.
yeah.
So I did the regional in September, which I came in second. Was my coming back was really amazing. We were like 9 girls,
Mm,
and a very, very good lineup.
mm,
And I came second. It was really good, and that gives me the qualification to starting traveling to
okay.
another shows again.
Yeah,
So after that, I went to Philippines to
yeah.
Maslow contest in the Philippines. I traveled all the way to Philippines like crazy. Spent 5 nights in the Philippines. 5 nights.
And I bet you
Haven't
ran there.
yeah.
I bet you ran there as well, knowing you. Oh,
5 nights. So I won my class in Philippines and got second on the overall,
oh,
which was amazing.
yeah.
But it's just to give a little bit more struggle.
Mm,
And then I took a feedback from Tama. He said, "Oh, I think you're great. You just need to, improve that."
yeah,
And then I went to Iceland.
yeah,
So I got second again in Iceland.
yeah,
Come back to the second place. And then after that, I saw that in India they had Olympia and giving free pro cards. I said, "Oh, that's my chance."
yeah.
And I felt it. I felt it that I would get my pro card there. I knew it. I knew it. And my story about India, we have to do another podcast because
Yeah.
it was incredible. From losing tickets, the tickets flight, had to buy another one, the visa. Oh my God. But then I won my class
Yeah.
in India and I got third in the overall, so I got my pro cards.
Woo! Finally.
Finally.
Oh, amazing. Wow. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I always think it's incredible that you've overcome all that, and it doesn't show because you've done so much posing yourself, haven't you, to kind of hide it all. But do you think that the posing in bikini is changing a lot and has changed a lot since you started?
Yes, I think because the physiques are changed, right?
Yeah.
We used to be a little bit softer, so you couldn't really use that softer look in the
Yeah.
poses we do now, isn't it? So I
Yeah.
think it's when you change the physique, the pose will be changed as well, according to what you look like. But yeah, I think I like it the way it's the posing now. Some people say, "Oh, I prefer the old way, old days, blah blah blah."
Mm.
I like to mix it both. I like to bring the old poses and make it more modern. I would
Yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, definitely it's changing.
Yeah, it all evolves though, doesn't it? So it's nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Um, Can you give away any posing tips for people?
Posing tips.
Yeah. Like,
First of all, the first tip is don't copy anyone's else pose.
yeah.
Okay, it's nice to look at the videos, it's nice to save the videos, it's nice to get inspired of the videos, but don't copy. It doesn't look great. You have to bring on your pose your own personality, your own star from you. So
Yeah.
I would say if you don't know how to pose, don't just stay watching and try to copy, but get someone that actually can work together with you, can look at your body and understand about your body. Then another tip I give it, just don't have one class with this person unless you don't like the person at all. But the first class, if you don't like, okay, or just one is fine.
Yeah.
But if you feel the person is there to help you, this person also needs time to get to know you, to get to know your personality, the way you walk, the way you pose, and then things will start working. That's my big tip. Don't just create one, unless you are a dancer. Lots of girls are a dancer. They can do choreography. They know how to pose. But if you don't have any dancing background, I would say get someone to teach you, and and it starts working from there.
Yeah. So
That's the big tip.
almost look on it as if they are a coach as well, and they have to get used to your body and you, and it's all
Exactly.
getting the
It
right
takes time,
circle.
it takes time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like dieting as well. It takes time. It's not gonna, you're not gonna be posing like he's a Piccini in 1 week.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, she's a great example of somebody that a lot of people look at that front pose that she does and they try but it works for her and the way
Yes,
that she
yes.
does it.
Yeah.
And we aren't all that shaped.
That pose, actually, I started doing before Isa. Because Isa started competing in 2015. That pose she does, I did since 2013.
She saw you then. She copied you.
Because that pose was normal by the time.
Yeah.
That pose was when the amateur we started. Now she just twisted a little bit, hip and upper body, but the basic is the old way we used to pose, but she kind of just twists more.
Okay.
Which I like. I
Yeah.
like that pose. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I do as well. Okay, so I mean, I think with you, I'd say it's determination, but what would you say is most important to do well in this sport? Do you think it is something like genetics, or do you think it's work ethic, or just persistence?
Well, if you have the genetic, it's 50%.
Yeah.
50. You are 50% there. If you have the genetic, it does help. But it doesn't matter if you have the genetic if you don't have a passion for it. So what's the point? I think you have to have passion. You have to love it, because it's a full-time work. It's not only about how your body looks. It's about how your brain works. It's
Yeah.
It's a mental battle. So if you really enjoy it, if you enjoy eating the same foods, or you enjoy and have discipline, if you like if you are a competitive person as well, because a lot of people say, oh, I'm not going, I go with no expectation, blah 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 blah. So you're not competing then, right?
Yeah.
We all are competitive. We're going to win.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Of course. So that's I say, I don't want to win. I just want to participate. No, come on. It's a competition.
They are lying. They are lying, those people. Because they'll be sad when they don't win. So they definitely are lying.
Isn't it? It's worse.
Yeah, I know.
Let's be realistic. So I think it's not only the physique, but it's the drive.
Yeah.
If you got the drive, you're gonna succeed. The drive, the determination, discipline, and the passion.
Yes. Yeah. I think you definitely need the passion, because there is those days that are just horrific, and that is the thing that really gets you through, because you do have to love even those days.
Yes.
Like, you know,
I have seen so many beautiful girls with amazing shape. They enjoyed it for 1 year, 2 years, and that's it, left. Because they liked it when they, you know, meanwhile they were doing it. But you see, they don't carry the passion to carry on doing. Like, I have a passion. I've been doing like for nearly 8 years now. Obviously, I'm old. I need to retire very soon, especially because my knee doesn't cope that much of cardio anymore. But you know, you see the real people that have real passion, they stick to the sports or doing something else, or you become a judge, or you become an event organizer, you know. That's what I think. If you like the sports, it doesn't matter if you stop being an athlete, but you are always involved or trying to help beginners as well, and the newbies, you know.
Yeah, you stay in the industry because you love it all. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so what advice have you got for people who are going to undertake their first show, and also for those who are hoping to get their pro card?
For the first timers, advice.
Don't do it crazy now.
For girls with the pose, get yourself a posing coach. A good posing coach that will help you with your confidence, because to be on stage is hard. The first day, you know, you're gonna shake, you're gonna be nervous. So it's okay, it's fine, but you need to have someone to guide you, to help to control your emotions. That's I would advise. And enjoy the day. Don't be upset if you don't want to you play. It's just your first show. It's but you're gonna be learning. You're gonna, you know, it's a new experience. Just enjoy really and learn from that day if you want to continue to improve more. And for everyone who wants the pro cards, keep fighting for it. It wasn't easy for me. It was really hard for me. It was nearly, you know, 7 years trying. And like, I had so many places. I've been always on top 3 in most of the competitions I have done in my life. I have won 12 shows. And even though I didn't have my pro cards, I had my accident. But if you work hard and you know you give your best, you will get it. Eventually, you get it. Every hard work is paid off.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? Is tenacity in this sport is a big thing.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to give a step back. Not to see what is going on, to improve, and then get back stronger.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, what are your future goals coming up?
My future goals regarding competing, I of course want to do my pro debut. I'm not doing this year because I needed a break. Since the injury, I didn't stop. I was 24 hours non-stop, you know, try to recover and get these pro cards. So I had planned that 2020. I think I was guessing the coronavirus was happening anyway, because I literally had the plan. I had planned that 2020. I was giving myself a rest, you know, my body a rest, my knee a rest, because I'm still doing lots of physiotherapy. I'm still in process of recovery, rehabilitation. I'm not okay yet with my knee. I still have surgeries to do. But next year, I want to do my pro debut. I don't have dates yet because, you know, with all these things happening, I'm still, the federation come up with the dates so I can pick. I'm back to my ex-coach, Sean Hewlett. So I'm already following a plan, off-season plan, which I'm following 90% now. I'm not even 100%, but I already see changes coming. Because I need to bring a proper pro physique. I don't want to go back to a stage with, my last amateur physique. I wanna go for winning.
Yeah, you want to level up to win, yeah.
Yeah, because I like to win. I like to train with my head and go to win.
Yeah.
So that is my goal. It's a win. And it's top 3 in my pro debut.
Okay.
And then work more with the federation. Like I'm working now with 2 pros events. I'm an official posing coach. I really like, my business of posing really come back because I love helping the girls. I love teaching pose. And yeah.
You are excellent.
That's my plan. Thank you. And help you to get your pro cards.
Yeah.
That's my goal next year.
Yes. Next year we're going for it again.
Definitely will.
Okay, so the quick fire round at the end. Favorite guilty pleasure food?
Ooh, like 1 kilo of peanut butter? 1 kilo of peanut butter with 5 pack of rice cake? No, joke, I'm not joking, it's true. No, I love Thai foods.
Thai food, okay. Nice.
I love, you know what? We live eating rice, right? But when I go for cheat meals, I always order rice again. So I like Thai curry with, rice and coconut. I still like eating foods. I'm not really fan of chocolate, ice creams. I think I'm too old for that.
Not sure I'll ever grow up that. Okay, favorite place you've been in the world?
Competing?
Just in general.
Oh my God. That is hard.
I know.
I love Barcelona. Yeah. India is not my favorite, but was crazy. Philippines, I want to go back. But favorite, I don't know. I think I like everywhere. Brazil is my favorite.
Yeah, that can be. Oh, okay, and do you have a greatest of all time, like, bodybuilder? They can be in any class that you like. Do you have
Papa Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, because only his physique, but because of his character, he brought the bodybuilding where bodybuilding is now. It's not. Some people will not agree that he had the best body, but he's the best politics for these sports, isn't it? So that's why he's my favorite.
Oh, smart guy, very smart guy as well.
Very smart. Yeah, I like intelligent people. He's very good.
Yeah,
he's very good.
I agree. Okay, well, thank you. And so if people want to get in touch with you, because you obviously do posing classes, but you do personal training as well, don't you?
I do personal training, yeah. Most of my clients are from London. I also do personal training online as well. Okay. And I work at Anytime Fitness here in London, Central London.
Yeah.
Which I offer, group personal training, one-to-one individual personal training for boys and girls, everyone. I love personal training as well.
And if people want to contact you for either posing or personal training, how do they get in contact with you?
They can contact me through Instagram.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you're gonna
I'll put it
down here. So you can put my Instagram down there. For my personal profile is Ludelgiudice, but for the bikini is Bikini Pose for Stage. Yeah. So either of them you can contact me through that.
Yeah, And do, people, this woman is a legend.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
We'll catch up very, very soon.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's
No,
an honor.
brilliant.
That's
No.
my first podcast ever. I hope people understand my English. I'm sorry, people, if I spoke too, I need to practice more.
We'll have to get you back on again then to practice again.
We will do. We will do.
That's
I have
excellent.
to tell the story of my India trip.
Yes, I want to hear about this. Awesome. Thanks a lot, Lou.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, bye. Bye.
Bye. Cheguei.